Yo, what up, guys? It's your boy T-Dub was blazing in sports. Can you hear me? Wait a minute. Yeah, we good. Okay. Guys, welcome back to the channel. The Blazing family, once again, is keeping our whole world with. Guys, let's get it! The internet wildfire is growing as something gets in my eye. It's crazy. All right, guys, let's go and cut the music down a little bit so we can get to cooking. All right. Here we go, guys. Listen, welcome to the channel. You already know how we get it. You already know how we does. First of all, shout out to the members in the building. Shout out to my boy Expert Genius. Let's get it. Who was in the chat says we still got Danny versus Spence, as I still got something in my eye. All right, here we go, guys. I want to talk about this. And I'm gonna get into it. I ain't gonna wait too much. Let's see if I can. Let's play. Okay. Now watch what you say. All right, let me do this. Let me set it up first. We're going to look into this, guys. So let's go back here. Bam. All right, looking good. Right? Bam, we're back. Now we're going to do this right here. Bam. There it is. All right, guys. Shout out to the Bob's Boxing Talk in the building. Salute, champ. All right, man. Let's get it. Smash the like immediately. So, as we have been hearing about December 19th being the date, and there's still doubt, at least they are putting out doubt on the Fury side that the fight won't happen this year. As you can see, maybe you can't. It is kind of smaller. Oh, you know what? Let me see if I can get it bigger. Hold on. Let's work. Let's see. I don't want to see. You know what I'm saying? I gotta mess with this a little bit. No, let's do that. All right. Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder III in the U.S. this year needs a rabbit out of a hat. Let's find out who said that. Tyson Fury facing Deontay Wilder in the United States is looking increasingly unlikely in 2020, according to United Kingdom promoter Frank Warren. The same Frank Warren that is Tyson Fury's promoter and now Deontay Wilder's. Let's keep going. Let's see what we got. A little work in there. Okay. All right. The Hall of Famer spoke to BT Sports over the weekend to clarify the latest on the situation. Fury versus Wilder 3 is sure to be moved to the first quarter of 2021 at the very earliest. But Warren's words on the matter comes as Fury stated he wants to fight in December, even if it's against a different opponent. Now I have to ask you this. If you was a Wilder camp, could it even happen where they take this fight and move it to 2021 and Wilder's camp, Al Haim and PBC allows Fury to fight and risk it all against an unknown, unnamed opponent in December? Make that, if you can make that make sense, we'll be rich. We would be rich if you can make that make sense. Imagine how many dollars that shit would add up to. Money, money, money. What's good, Nate? What's cracking, homie? Listen, guys, I got a couple of variations, guys. You know, I'm working on my own hoodies. This is the logo. It's a very big one. Really big logo. This is, to me, a conversation starter. What is WBIS? What is that flame for? Well, let me talk to you. Lend me your ears. Let me serenade them until you subscribe. And let's go. No doubt No, don't make sense at all. Facts. And listen to even what Frank Warren said and what Fury saying. How are we getting two different statements in two different directions out of the same camp? That's like you going to two people standing at the same corner and you ask them which way is Walgreens, and they both said that way. Then turn that way, go up and down that way, and you're there. The Hall of Famer spoke to BT Sports over the weekend to clarify the latest of the situation. Fury versus Wilder III is sure to be moved to the first quarter of 2021 at the very earliest. That means 2021 first quarter that's the earliest. Latest could be middle, end, another year. I don't know. But this is probably who wrote this article. But Warren's words on the matter comes as Fury stated he wants to fight in December. So if he wants to fight in December and Wilder wants that smoke like what's blazing the sports, settle on a forest and it's coming up, then the fight should happen in December. There's no way on this earth or any earth with the amount of moons, I don't care. It can be Saturn, Uranus, all the way back to Pluto, which they keep making a planet, and it's not a planet, keep making a planet. This doesn't make sense for Wilder to say, okay, I will violate our current agreement that expires in 2020 and allow him to fight against an unnamed opponent this December. Could risk it, could lose it. I don't know. Listen, I'm just saying, guys. This ain't making sense. What I'm trying to say, I need to stretch this out a little bit. Hold on, guys. Let me help you guys out. I don't know why it's not showing it as clear. Don't worry. All right, there we go. It doesn't make sense. Now, if Frank is the underboss now, Bob is the Don now. Fury listens to him. To me, this seemed like a lot of mind games to try to play with Deontay Wilder. And obviously we know Wilder nor any of his camp would ever allow anything like this to even come close to happening. But just imagine, just like, even like I don't know. Like, I think they're mentally just trying to fuck with Deontay Wilder. That's all it can be, in my opinion, of what they're trying to do. Because there's no way that Wilder, even if they say, okay, since the current deal expires in 2020, how about we extend the deal, we sign off to it, that the fight have to take place in the first quarter of next year, and Fury is allowed to fight somebody of his choosing this year as well. Bro, what kind of fool would agree to that? What kind of fool would agree to that? Let me do this. Just in case we cook. All right, I got it. Oh, what's that? Okay, text. Look, man. Look. This fight needs... I know it won't make the money that they hope. But to be honest, we don't even know if next year will make that money. See, a lot of people, when you look at this, what's going on right now with this whole voting for next president or keeping the same president, We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know. You know, one seems to be more for trying to open things back up, and one seems to want to close it down and open it up back safely. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't even know if the best time to actually do it in the near future, if it is it right now, or do we wait to see what happens and who get voted in, and to see if they do any kind of reversing and then reopening, shutting things down and then try to set along a process to reopen. We don't know. Why bet on the unknown and not go with what you know right now? Bill Clark in the building, what's going on? They need to stay active. Better get Wilder versus Miller and Fury versus Parker in the meantime. No. You want to call in? Listen, I just logged in. You can get the smoke. Or you know what? We can get no smoke. We're going to talk about it because, we can just talk about it. Call in right now. But I'll touch on that just in case I get it. Everybody don't have this personality, and some people get a little nervous doing phone calls. It's cool, but let's cook. In Deontay Wilder's case, he doesn't have the title anymore. Why would you step aside and allow Fury to fight somebody of his choosing, risk losing the belt? Which means if he loses the belt, even if now you are still in contract to fight him for no title. Or they may even leave that out. If Fury loses the title in his tune-up match, Fury's going to reserve the right to get a rematch, which means Wilder could be waiting 2 or 3 fights. Would you do that? Would you do that? If you was champion, defending your title 9, 10 times, lose your title, but luckily you have a rematch clause that means you need to fight this guy next. A pandemic hit, pushes the fight from the summer off into the fall or winter. You have a date, December 19th. Now the guy who got your belt, right? The guy who got your belt, who painted a picture of him punching you on his gym wall, who's been calling you all kind of pussies and more bitches, as if he went to a dog park and saw nothing but female dogs walking. Would you let this guy who got your belt, and you want the title next. You want your title back. There's a reason you didn't step aside so he can fight AJ. There's a reason you didn't do it. Because you wanted your title. You didn't let him fight AJ because you wanted your title back. But you're going to let him go fight some Mary Poppins ass dude and could lose like he almost did against Otto Wallin? Bro, come on, bro. You have to be a Fury fan. You have to be a Fury fan because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. You go to a cashier, she tell you it's $2.23. You give her $2. She said, where's the rest of it? You said, I ain't got no sense. Because you ain't making no sense. You ain't making no sense right now, bruh. But you know what? If you can take away from anything I'm saying right now, you'll walk away from here with a little bit of sense. At least a deeper knowledge on why Wilder should take this fight right now, why Wilder should not push this fight off and allow the title to possibly change hands to an unknown opponent. Unknown. Here's what he should do. Wilder is doing the opposite of what I'm doing. See, it's my job to do this, right? It's my job to take something, analyze it, and let you guys digest it. You can agree or disagree. That's cool with me. Listen, I open the line so you can call. I'm like Cleo. Call me mother effing now. Wilder, this is what I believe Wilder is doing right now. He's completely ignoring what they're talking about. He knows exactly what he wants to do. He made a significant change in his camp when he fired one of his head trainers. The guy that put the game plan together, what I'm thinking. He fired him. Upgraded somebody else, and we don't know if he's bringing anybody else in. We don't know. I don't know. Wilder is looking to take this right now. Now, when it comes to game plan, let's talk about this. And I'm going to be honest. Some of this is probably going to change, but I'm giving it to you right now off the top of my dome because I haven't really analyzed it. But this right here is what I believe Wilder should do. Training-wise. His offense, it doesn't need a lot of tweaking. It doesn't need a ton. But I think his more tweaks are needed in defensive and reacting to punches coming at him. What you should do and what you should not do. I think honestly, to me, I think they're one. Something had to happen in the coaching. Something had to happen. And obviously Deontay Wilder did it. And the only person that knows if that's the right decision is Deontay Wilder. And the only way we're going to know if it's the best decision depends on the outcome of the fight. And then we got a Dylan White, who's saying that he made the worst decision ever in the world. But Dylan White is the same person who fired a coach when he was undefeated. See, I hear somebody talking about you got to be proactive. When you see something, you got to make changes then. And I guess he saw something when he was undefeated, made changes, and then got his ass laid out. And then got stretched out. You can argue that Dylan White made the worst decision of his career. When you hit somebody with an uppercut and when you make somebody, bruh, listen, man, Dylan White, to be all honest, he can't talk about Wilder anymore. He can't talk about Wilder anymore. It just doesn't make sense. Oh, let me check on some guys. How can he talk about Deontay Wilder when he has done already what Deontay Wilder is doing now, but they are doing it for different reasons? He didn't say Tyson Fury made the worst decision. Listen, Tyson Fury took winning, in my opinion, at all costs, very seriously. With the draw, he treated the draw like it was a loss, right? Then he went and fought Otto Wallin, got his ass split it up, and he made a coach's change before he fought Deontay Wilder. He made a coach's change. He changed. Fired the guy who he was on a winning streak with, and hired a guy who he's never worked with. But that was cool, right? That was cool. Tyson Fury win, then the Crunk Gym is getting all the praise in the world, right? But Wilder, who's actually coming off of a loss, who's probably feeling betrayed in many ways, even though the fight to me, might have been looking, matter of fact, it wasn't looking. That fight got ugly. Wilder versus Fury 3 got ugly. I'm talking about that chick that you had to get, whiskey drunk. Because when you first got to the bar, you're like, oh, look at that shit, right? Then you had to get, whiskey drunk. And then you literally drunk her pretty. At each sip, she was looking from horrible to nah to that third sip. Now you finding things out about her that she ain't that bad. She got an ass though, you know. And then you take her home. I don't know how I got on. I don't know how I left the subject. My mind. You take her home. You do it. Next morning you wake up, moving slow, got a hangover, and there she is, the Dragon Master, Butch. Listen, you brought a girl home named Butch. I'm gonna set that right there. Listen, guys, I have no idea. I have no idea how I just. All right, let's get it. Wilder is not listening to this BS. Now, listen, for me, I'm gonna give you the smoke because I am what's blazing in sports as a flame scrapes across my chest. Wilder versus Fury 3, in my opinion, if I had to guess, I'm saying 85% chance it goes down this year on December 19th, if I be specific. 85% chance. There's a maybe 15% chance that it might not be on the 19th. You know why I said it's 14% chance it might not be on the 19th? There's a slim 1% chance that it get pushed off, because there's always a chance they get pushed off to 2021. But there's no way Wilder should want to push this fight off and allow. Listen, Frank Warren says he wants to push it off. Tyson Fury said, no, I want to fight in December 2019. Everything we hear from Bob Arum is Bob is looking to make this fight happen in 2020. The only thing, in my opinion, they have to do is to look at which states is allowing the most fans, and in those states, what are the options for the biggest venue they have to get the right amount of distance to create the one way this way, one way that way signs and get it taken care of. $2021 ain't promising, guys. 2020, we don't know what's going to happen after this whole voting and taking office, and is the world going to open up more, or is it going to close back down? We don't know. Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury 3. I wouldn't even listen to any of these rumors. Now I'm gonna do it because I need to bring it to you. For some of you guys don't know about this, I gotta bring it to you. I'm the news. I am the YouTube version of news. I just give it to you when that shit is hot, fresh out the skillet. Come and get it. Still sizzling. But guys, it's third fight. And a lot of people are looking at because the second fight ended it, and it was bad, right? A 1-2 shot kind of landed back behind the ear, back of the head. Wilder was never able to recover from it. Took a lot more shots after that. Never gave up. Even when, it seemed like it was just a matter of time. Never gave up. It had to be stopped. Deontay Wilder, in my opinion, needs to work on probably more defense and angles. I'm not talking about just angles just to get in. I'm talking about angles to get out and to get in. Angles. Learn how to Get the right. See, Wilder throws a beautiful 1 and 2 right down the pipe. But even learn how to create an angle like this. Even when, you know what, in matter of fact, not just creating angles, which is beautiful. Create that angle, bow from here, get around the guards that's here, but not throw the right hand where Tyson Fury is at, but throw it where it's going to be. Because Tyson Fury has a tendency to do this. Here, slip the jab, go way down here. Slip the jab, go down here. If that was me, once I throw a couple, and I see what he's doing, I might throw a half-ass jab almost here, and I'm gonna throw a right hand that's they're gonna nickname this the highway to heaven, or the ticket to hell. Because when this thing lands, boom, it'll be similar to when Thanos. Pow. The third fight. This third fight is gonna be. It's a tough fight. Now, I still see this as, you know what? I know you guys gonna think I'm crazy. I see this as a 51 to 49% fight, to where I am favoring Wilder to win. I am favoring Wilder. See, the thing is right now, here's the advantage. Let me talk to you guys. Here's the advantage. I think we have seen for the most part how Fury's going to fight coming forward. There's going to be a lot of rough tactics, pulling down, back of the head, getting in close, roughing. We forearm up here. We seen it, right? I think the difference in the third fight is going to be where Fury might come in some, then he might back up some. He come in, rough, dirty tactics, then back up and box just to try to trick Wilder up and keep him guessing. But now that you have the tape, and Wilder get the masterminds to analyze the tape, analyze how to avoid the dirty tactics, analyze how to tie up in the inside, lock him up, analyze how even when he does come inside, get your head to a side, shoot a short uppercut yourself, maybe right, boom, slide back over with the right hand. You know, just little things. Because to be honest, even though the second fight went bad, it's still only little things away from changing that around. It's just little things. Guys, this is brought to you by What's Blazing the Sports. Mr. I'm back at it like a crack at it, giving you boxing geekers this work. We still have Danny Garcia versus Errol Spence Jr. Tank Davis versus Leo Santa Cruz, which I'm being honest. I don't care much to see that, but I'm gonna watch it. Ooh, this deserves its own video. Lomachenko taking on Teofimo Lopez. Wow, guys, I'm telling you, I really can't wait for that fight. And me personally, this is not who I think is going to win. This is who I would like to see win. Difference. I would like to see Teofimo Lopez beat him. I don't know why. I would like to see him win. I don't know. I don't know if it's because if I look at it skill-wise, I still think Lomachenko is a little bit sharper than Teofimo Lopez. I think Teofimo Lopez definitely has the size and probably power advantage over Lomachenko. But you know what? That's a different story, different video, different blaze. Till the next time, this is your boy T-Dub. And as always, Here is what's blazing the sports.